Well, tonight we're focusing on one key component of Governor Kathy Hochul's State of the State address, her plan to, quote, fix the mental health care system here in New York State. Good evening, I'm Mary Alice Demler. Scott is off tonight. Now, the pillars of her plan focus on expanding clinical care, outpatient services, insurance coverage, and expanding services in schools. Two on your sides, Andy Payton joins us live in studio with more on how this overhaul could impact services here in Western New York. Andy?
Mary Alice, Governor Hochul says mental health services have been underfunded for far too long. And with 1/3 of the state either seeking mental health care or knowing someone who has sought mental health care in the past since the start of the pandemic, the governor made it clear that New Yorkers need help and they need it now, which is why she announced what she believes will be the most significant change since the deinstitutionalization era of the 1970s, pledging $1 billion towards mental health services, including 1,000 new psychiatric beds and 3,500 housing units supported by mental health services. Additions that mental health professionals here in Buffalo say are especially needed after all the tragedy the city has experienced in the past year.
Sometimes people get caught in the psychiatric emergency room because they have no beds anywhere else to go to. So the services have not been adequate for a long time. And it's wonderful that the governor recognizes that there's this huge gap.
And while experts say this is a big step for the state and region, they also say that the governor's plan still doesn't address the major workforce shortage that they believe will continue even after the proposed plan goes into effect.
I really view a lot of mental health professionals as first responders, and they need some relief here. They're doing a really difficult job and working with people so closely, and there's a high burnout rate, and we have to recognize that and do something different within the system to allow for the workforce to be able to work the best way they can.
And in addition to these changes, Attorney General Letitia James will be making her way to Western New York next week to hold an open forum and hear from the community on what changes can be made going forward. In the studio tonight, Andy Payton, Channel 2 News.